You've got $500 sitting in a savings account. You look at it and feel something like pride. Then you remember $50,000 in index funds. And suddenly your $500 feels embarrassing, like showing up to a car show on a bicycle. But here's something almost nobody says out loud. For a lot of people, right now, that $500 is doing more emotional work than his $50,000 ever will. Not because the math is better, it isn't. $50,000 compounding beats $500 in savings every single time on paper. But paper isn't where people actually live. People live in their nervous system, and your nervous system doesn't care about compound interest. It cares about whether you can breathe. My name is Jack. If you've ever felt guilty for having just a small amount saved, instead of investing everything, this one's for you. Let's say your car breaks down tomorrow. $1,400 repair. If your $50,000 is locked in index funds, you have to sell shares, maybe trigger a tax event, then wait for the money to settle before it's actually spendable. In the moment the mechanic needs paid, that $50,000 might as well be zero. It's real money, just not real money right now. Meanwhile, $500 in a savings account is instantly usable. No selling, no waiting, no tax event. That immediacy is the entire reason cash can feel more secure than a portfolio worth 100 times more. Economists call this liquidity, and most people only think about it in the abstract until the moment they desperately need it. Take two people, Sarah with $500 saved and nothing invested, Ben with $50,000 invested and nothing in savings. Both get hit with a $600 medical bill due in a week. Sarah pays it in 15 seconds. Done. No stress carried forward. Ben has to log in, sell a fund, wait for it to settle, transfer it, and pay the bill days later. Maybe with a late fee, maybe with a nagging doubt about whether being all in on investments was really the smart move. Same emergency, same dollar amount, completely different experience, and Ben is, on paper, far wealthier. This is the part people miss when they treat net worth as the only number that matters. Net worth tells you how much you have. It doesn't tell you how fast you can access it. And access is what decides whether an emergency feels like an inconvenience or a 5-alarm fire. To be clear, this isn't an argument against investing. Investing is one of the most powerful wealth tools that exists, and cash sitting still for decades quietly loses value to inflation. But cash and investments aren't competing for the same job. Cash protects you for the next 90 days. Investments grow your wealth over the next 30 years. Feeling guilty about having cash instead of investments is like feeling embarrassed your fire extinguisher isn't as impressive as your retirement account. They were never supposed to do the same thing. This matters most early on. If you rush every dollar into investments while you're still building your foundation, the first real emergency forces you to either go into debt or sell at a random, possibly bad moment, disrupting years of compounding. To solve a problem a small cash cushion could have handled instantly. That's not the market being risky. That's liquidity risk. And it gets blamed on investing when it was really a sequencing mistake. So here's the order that actually works. First, build a cash layer. Even 1 to 3 months of essential expenses stops small emergencies from becoming disasters. Second, once that layer exists, stop apologizing for it. It's not lazy money. Its whole job is to sit there so the rest of your financial life can take smart risks without collapsing. Third, once the cushion is built, shift new money into investing, because now it can actually sit untouched long enough to compound. Fourth, stop comparing your progress to someone else's invested total. You don't know their liquidity situation, and a big number with zero accessible cash underneath it isn't automatically healthier than a smaller number that's fully liquid. If your $500 means you didn't have to borrow money for a repair this month, that's real progress, even if it never shows up as an impressive number anywhere. The goal isn't cash forever, and it isn't investments forever either. It's sequencing. Protect first, then grow. Get the order right, and eventually you'll have both savings and investments, each doing their job. But right now, if all you have is $500 and it's letting you sleep at night, that's not something to apologize for. That's the foundation real wealth gets built on top of. If this helped, hit subscribe, drop a like, and tell me in the comments, is your money mostly sitting in cash right now, or mostly invested?